Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. I hope all is well with y'all. So, there's been a couple of things that have came out. Celebrities have reacted to the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury 3 fight. Most of the celebrities have been pretty neutral in their fight and in their analysis of the fight. Many people, like for example, The Rock, have given respect to both people. Sylvester Stallone gave respect to both fighters. And you just have celebrities and entertainers and stuff like that who are going out, who are giving respect where respect is due. And it's like, okay, cool. So, you have, for example, you have 50 Cent, you have Drake, you have Rick Ross, and you have Snoop Dogg, who are riding hard for Tyson Fury, right? Now, granted, Drake was already going for Tyson Fury from the jump. He already was already going for him before the fight even started. Now, I'm not quite sure who Rose and Snoop Dogg were going for the fight, but now you have some of these woke pages, some of these pro-black, some of these pan-African pages, just calling them coons, calling them sellouts and stuff like that. But my thing is this, why, if you're such a pro-black, if you're such a pan-Africanist, why are you looking towards them for empowerment? Why are you looking towards them as an example of how it should be? Why are you looking towards them as an example of what a black person should be in your eyes? My thing is that if you're looking at entertainers as role models, or looking at entertainers as leaders, then you kind of don't, I don't know what to tell you really. Now, boxing, I will say, is of course a nationalistic racial sport, It is. Don't get it twisted. But when you scratch all the race away, when you scratch all the nationality away, when you scratch all the politics away from boxing, what does it really come down to? Even when a fighter gets robbed, and we know he gets robbed, what does it come down to? It comes down to your skill level. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to your grit. It comes down to your skill level. It comes down to your mental fortitude and your physical fortitude and your emotional fortitude. And so when you look at a fight, for example, when you look at the fight, and I still think about this fight to this day, actually. When you think of the fight with Robertson Casial, when he fought Oscar Valdez, I mean, clear as daylight, Robertson Casial boxed circles around Oscar Valdez. He boxed circles around him. Everybody saw that. But of course he got robbed, right? But everybody knows, okay, he won the fight. Everybody who watched the fight and was not looking at it, scratch nationality away, scratch bandera away. Everybody knows he outboxed dude. If he scratched everything away, and that's what it really comes down to at the end of the day. So, in my opinion, it just came down to that. Came down to, those factors: skill, fortitude, grit, and determination that determined the outcome of the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Now, it's okay to support your own, okay, based on just your own. Like, you can say, like, I'm not tripping off of that. I'm not tripping off of someone saying I support Deontay Wilder because he's black. And I'm supporting, I got to support my people. I'm not tripping off of that. What I'm tripping off of is, like, when you get so defensive because, like, other black people may not support him. You know what I mean? Like, let's just face it. Like, I supported Fidel Castro. I supported Che Guevara. I supported Hugo Sanchez. I supported those people, but not most black people did not support them. And also a lot of Latins didn't support them. However, that never withered my support for them. You know, I always stood on my square. And I said, okay, if you don't support them, you don't support them. I'm not knocking you for not supporting them. Now, what I'm trying to get at is that who these guys support should not dictate who you support, or should not bring out emotions in who you support. Okay, it shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, they're celebrities, and you never know, man. These celebrities maybe their PR people are saying, like, behind the scenes, you just never know. Their PR may be saying, well, you know, it would be a better look if you support Tyson Fury. You know, it would be a better look if you post this on, you know, social media in support of Tyson Fury. You just never know, bro. Like, these people, you never know what's going on behind the scenes, right? So, I mean, when it comes down to it, like, honestly, the way I look at it is like, who cares? Who cares? Like, if, like, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, and Drake support Tyson Fury. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you something. I had to grip with supports of even supporting Rick Ross, because, you know, Rick Ross was a correctional officer, but then, you know, I looked at his business acumen. I look at the fact that he does make good music. I look at the fact that, you know, I'm not gonna even sit here and cap. You know, he kind of set the flames to, like, get a Wingstop franchise. So inshallah, like, you know, I'm gonna try, like, I don't want to talk too much, but the play is to have a halal Wingstop franchise, like, have one halal Wingstop, inshallah. You know what I mean? So I can't, like, sit here and act like, okay, like, these people didn't give me, like, good ideas, or some of them didn't give me good ideas. So, I mean, you're responsible for who you support. It doesn't necessarily have to be a popular opinion, but don't get emotional because, like, okay, this person is not supporting, you know, this celebrity is not supporting your guy. There's no need to get emotional about that. Okay. Now, here's another thing too. This is another thing that I want to say about the whole thing, about the whole support and things like that. There's something else, like, that I want to even say about the support and things like that. People get on me all the time, hate mail, threats in my DMs, because I don't support the likes of these Hotep Negroes. I don't support Young Pharaoh. I don't support Brother Polite. I don't support Nature Boy. I don't support Shaka Bars. People have known me to like put my foot on their necks, right? So, you know, and of course, black people have gotten emotional about me choosing not to support those people. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to get at is just stand on your square, okay, and don't worry about what other people think. Okay, so what if those celebrities ain't supporting Wilder and they're supporting Fury? You know, you stand on your square. You stand on what's right, okay, or what you think is right. Don't worry about them celebrities not supporting them. Man, do those celebrities, like, have anything to do with you? Besides skin color? Yeah, I mean, I can't even say that about Drake. You know, he's a product of, you know, Jewish, I want to say Jewish admixture, you know, Ashkenazi Jew admixture. But I want to say one more thing, and then I'm going to end this video. You know, Deontay Wilder would have benefited so much if he would have went by the Errol Spence blueprint. Errol Spence necessarily doesn't have one-hit knockout power, right? He necessarily doesn't have it. But Errol Spence has patience and knows how to chop the tree down. That's why when you watch Errol Spence fight, it's really a pleasure to watch. It's a systematic breakdown of an opponent. It's basically a lumberjack chopping down a tree and then waiting for that tree to fall over. And the way, and he helps the tree fall over, once that body is real softened up, then the head follows. When you look at the Danny Garcia fight, although he, you know, many people won't argue that wasn't his best performance, he was just throwing a lot of good stuff in that fight. Them body shots, you can hear it. They sounded like firecrackers. Okay? So this is what I'm saying. Systematic breakdowns. When you look at the Mikey Garcia fight, he just outboxed him. But it was still a systematic breakdown. Hitting him to that body. And also, you know, head shots. But the problem is Deontay Wilder was head hunting so much that the head hunting broke his hand. I said it in my live stream. You weren't going to knock out Tyson Fury with one-hit knockout. He was 277 pounds. You got to chop that tree down. It's easier said than done because you have emotions and stuff going in your mind. And sometimes you react to things rather than act upon things in fights. I get it. But still, Deontay Wilder still, you know, let the emotions take over. I think that was the plan, was to it be a systematic breakdown. But when you have Deontay Wilder saying that I have a violent mind and, you know, this time you won't be getting up, then you knew what it was kind of hitting for. And here's another thing. Sometimes you got to move in silence. Sometimes that's the best recipe for success. I'm not telling a man how to act, but it's like, okay, if, like, say, for example, like, let's say, you know, I have a fight and they ask me, well, how do you predict this fight going? And I said, you know, I'll say something just like clever, like, you know, Mr. Miyagi broke down bricks. So if I have to break down bricks, I got to break down bricks, right? Until they become gravel. I'll say something like that and just leave it at that. I'm not going to say something like, oh, I got a violent mind and my mind sees violence and all this other BS. Man, carry that. You look at all the fighters who are good body punchers and their success. And I'm going to end it on this note. You look at Jaron Boots Ennis, one of the best body punchers I've seen in a long time. Quick body punches. Softening up the blows. Those things be flying when he throws them. Deontay Wilder literally was just jabbing to the body with the 2. Followed up by the 2. Which is okay. And again, I'm going to say easier said than done, but he needed to switch it up. But that's easier said than done because there would have been a possibility he would have got caught with something. Again, I'm not going to sit here and act like, okay, these things are easy to do, what I'm saying. But maybe it would have been worth the risk if he would have tried to do it. But anyhow, man, that's all I got. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Foolish signing out. Inshallah. I want to add one more thing. This is kind of hard to do. Okay, I get it. It's very difficult to do. But when you're relaxed, then things flow. You know, for example, when you're running a race and you're relaxed, a relaxed muscle is a fast muscle, right? The thing is about Deontay Wilder is he was trying to muscle that right hand. The right hand didn't even flow. You knew the right hand was coming. You know, it was just like he was trying to like really press the issue. It wasn't fluid. So, I mean, yeah, he hit Tyson Fury with the right hand, but it didn't have enough sting on it because he was trying to muscle the right hand. And so, you know, by doing that, you actually cause yourself more, you know, you actually hurt yourself. And that's what happened because he broke his hand, you know. But anyhow, man, that's all I'm going to say about the fight. Foolish signing out.